Hello, let's see how map functions are used in Python. Map functions are basically used when you would like to call a function for every element in a list. Let's say you want to find a square of each number in a list. One way is through iteration, you can call the function square for each number in a list, but a better way is to use a map function, so that by default it will this function will be called for every element in the particular list. For map function, you have to pass two arguments. One is the function that you would like to call, and the second argument is the list on which the function should be called. So here I am giving map. This is a square function. This will automatically return the square of a number, and here I am giving the list. Now this will return a list of square of these numbers. Now we can see how I can use lambda function instead of calling the default square function. Here instead of square I can give lambda . That's it. Instead of square I am using lambda colon a into a. Here I can again pass the list. This is how lambda function is more effectively used. Let's see how filter is used. For similar to map, filter also needs two arguments. One must be the function and the second is the list on which the function must be acted. But what filter does is, based on the function's result, if function results true, then that particular element from list is returned. If the function returns false, then that particular element is filtered and left out. Now let's see an example. I can write a function to just return even numbers alone. So I'll give a modulus 2. I'll check whether it is even or odd. If it is even, then that alone will be returned. See, now for each and every element in this list, this function will be called. This condition will be executed, and if it is true, then that particular element alone will be returned. Sorry, not on this list, the original list that we have created here. Based on this list, only 2 and 4 are even numbers in this, so I am getting 2 and 4. Now let us see how reduce works. Reduce is also similar to map and filter. To use reduce, first you have to import reduce. It has been moved to function tools. I'll first import the reduce function. Now reduce also use two arguments. Similarly, first one is the function. Second one is the list on which the function must be executed. I'll create a new function add. Define add. The function that you are passing in reduce must have two arguments. This will return the sum of two numbers, the add function, and I am passing this function to reduce function. Now what happens when this reduce is executed is, first this add function is called for the first two parameters of this list function. Sorry, first two elements of this list function. First 1 and 2 is passed to this add function, and then it will return 3. Again that result 3 and the next element 3 is passed. Again the result 6 and 4 is passed. Similarly, the result of the first iteration will be passed along with the second element. This is what happens in reduce. Now I will change to multiply. You can see the difference. I will give a into, sorry, it result the product of all these numbers. Now we can use lambda function. Instead of defining this multiply function, I can directly give the function here using lambda. For reduce, we have to use two arguments, or we have to use two arguments always. Now I will give a into b. Now I need not define a function separately. Now also I will give the same result 120. That's it. Thank you.